This Coast to Coast Entertainment Network program is brought to you by Beside Me Bracelets. Our bracelets are handmade for any occasion. Use the promo code Coast to Coast for 15% off. Visit their website at besideme.com. Suzanne's Paparazzi Jewelry. With 24-hour shopping available, use the code 160920 and show her some love, like she showed us. Reaper Apparel Company, a commitment to live your most authentic way every single day. Visit reaperapparelco.com for more information and a look at all of their apparel offerings. And by Good Day Embroidery, your local source for custom embroidery, screen printing, and more. Log on to gooddayembroidery.com for more information.
Hello and good evening. We are here on Entertainment Hour here on the Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. And I am Dragon Viper, your host tonight. And we're missing James today, but, hopefully maybe next week he'll come back. And then my co-host here, Chris P. Bacon. How are you doing today, Chris?
I am good. Glad to be back on, and I think it's going to be a fun show.
Yeah, I think it will. So we're going to go ahead and start it off with Chris announcing some of the shows that are on this program.
Yes.
I'm working on something real quick, so go ahead, Chris.
So yeah, Entertainment Hours tonight. Yesterday was tonight's Entertainment Hour. Sunday will be Morning Tailgate, and Between the Ropes. A lot of stuff going on, football and wrestling. And then you have Monday, C2C at night. Tuesday you have C2C Rankum. Wednesday will be the fantasy football show. And then Thursday would have been On Deck. Maybe we'll have On Deck off and on. And a little bit of Kicking It. And then, tonight's, Entertainment Hour. So those are the show lineup.
All right. Thank you, Chris.
Mm-hmm.
And so we have, I have one topic for celebrity news tonight. Because there really wasn't much since Halloween just happened last night. So of course they were talking all about, celebrities, what they dressed up in or as, and so I mean there wasn't much for news that I could come up with, but there was one. So there was this guy who he was elderly. He just recently passed away, but 79 years old, and he was one of the people that ended up, before he passed away, ended up getting tricked by a scammer who said she was a female WWE wrestler, Alexa Bliss. Said that he fell for the fact that she was single, and I mean anybody in a lot of people in WWE that watch WWE that knows that she's married to Ryan Cabrera, and they have a kid, and that's why she hasn't been on TV. But anyway, so the scammer ended up scamming. How much did I write? I wrote $1 million. Ended up scamming him over $1 million. He ended up having a retirement savings. He ended up, giving her all of that. He ended up giving his most of his granddaughter's college fund to her. And it was like $100,000, an extra $100,000 that he gave her because he was falling for the fact that they were in a romantic relationship, even though he never video chatted her and any of that. All it was through messaging. He fell
Right.
for it, and and so when he passed away, I guess he might have given this scammer his account number or something, but when he passed away, or before he passed away, he had a lot. There was a lawsuit, and he ended up getting like some of his money back, not the full million, but somewhere lower than that. And his grandson was talking about it, and as soon as the money was in there, it just disappeared. So I'm assuming he gave the account number or something to her. She was claiming that Vince McMahon was treating her bad, that she was refusing his advances and she was being hospitalized and she needed help financially. And so he went ahead and helped her out. And yeah, it's a sad thing, especially when you're dealing with older people. I feel really bad about it, especially when he passed away without knowing who the scammer was or if they ever catch a scammer or anything like that. My question is have you ever fell for something like that? Like started talking to somebody online and they said they were a certain celebrity and then, find out they weren't.
Not the celebrity part, but I mean, I had, people who I thought were, thought they were one person, and they're like, "Hey, I need help with something, and can you give me some, money?" And it's like, "No, I just talked to you like 2 or 3 days ago. No."
Yeah.
And
Well,
then
and
they keep doing their stories like, I'll block you.
yeah, and that's a good idea. And for anybody that's watching out there, you know, you just got to be careful about who you talk to online. Um, a couple times I almost fell for it, but then I didn't. There's been people out there that I've talked to that had fake accounts that were like, "Oh, I'm hungry, and I haven't eaten in a day or two, and I'm not going to get money till this day, or I'm not going to be able to get food till this day." And then you kind of feel bad, but then all of a sudden it's like, wait a minute, they're from another state or another country, and you look. I started looking stuff up, going, "Hey, if you're really that hungry." You'll go to like a food bank or something and get food, and then you tell them where it is, and then they block you.
Yeah.
And then of course, there's so many scammers out there. And again, I feel bad for this guy, this 79-year-old guy, because he passed away and he got scammed out of a lot of money. So,
Yep.
but yeah, definitely, gotta be careful of who you talk to online, especially if you've never met them in person, because they're going to try and get money from you and then kind of screw you over in the end. So that's the only news I have. And then I know Chris has
Yeah.
a reel which
Let me get that up because I think you might. Well, we talked about it, and you might enjoy it, but maybe
yeah,
not.
it's making me feel real old at this point. And I just turned 40 a few days ago. So
I'll get
yeah,
it up real quick.
it's usually a video where people see it like on Facebook or something, music from the, is this age and,
Hmm.
for this year and things like that. So I'll go ahead and have him bring that up.
Yeah, it's basically. Yeah, it's basically. Can you believe it? These songs turn this many years old, and then they play a certain sound. Certain songs that are turning.
Oh, wait, can we put that on here?
Whatever old. What?
Would that be
I could put it.
copyright
I can.
if we play
Oh,
videos?
what I'll do is put in. I'll just put in the comments just to be safe. But I don't think they're that long. But I probably won't play it.
Yeah,
Well,
I don't.
I'll just play. I'll just play it without audio, and we'll
Okay.
just kind of go through it.
Yeah, because
That's
I
probably best.
just started thinking about it right now that
Because we can,
man,
because we can just talk about it mainly. It's not that long. So it's basically 90s country. About 95 that will be turning 30 years old. Okay, never mind. No. Remember.
If not, I mean,
Okay,
I just don't want us getting in trouble for copyright or anything like that because I know
there's
they
no
have.
audio. There's no audio.
Okay.
Yeah, there's no audio. They showed the songs, but I can't really see them. It's behind all this text. So maybe we'll skip it, I guess. I don't know.
All right.
I can
Actually,
put it in the comments.
Let's see. What year was it?
95.
95. Yeah, 30 and 2025. Let's see. Let's see, 2024, 2025. Anyway, as I'm trying to find it, sorry about that. Anyway, yeah, we'll go ahead and just skip that part. But just know that the video does contain country songs that turn 30 in 2025. And when seeing that video, yeah, and if you look at the comments, Chris did put in there that
Yep.
The link you could go to see it. And it's just pretty much some country songs that make me feel old, that are 10 years or 5 years younger than me, or 10 years younger than me. I wish it was 5 years, but 10 years younger than me. So anyway, yeah, we're gonna go ahead and move on now.
Yeah.
Because I just thought about it, and I really don't want to get in trouble for
right. No, I got
kind of copyright. So
yeah.
Moving on, we're going to go ahead and move on to birthdays, celebrity birthdays. Now, I didn't have as much as I did last week, but there's still some for today and tomorrow that I wrote down. So first off, we have Peter Ostrom, who is known as Charlie from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
55.
Nope. Actually 67. So he's a little older than I thought too, but that movie was made in 71. So, and then I don't know if you've seen any called Falcon Crest.
No.
No. All right. Well, I wasn't sure, but there's a actor name is Robert Foxworth.
60.
How old?
60.
Nope, not even close. Although he would like you for that. 83.
Okay.
And then I know you've seen the first Fast and Furious movie.
Yeah.
Jesse, the one that was, being bullheaded and thought that he could race the whatever. I forgot that guy's name, but yeah, he was one of Dom's favorite, guys that would be with him
Uh-huh. Um.
that lost the pink slip.
58.
How old?
58.
Nope. His name is Chad Lindbergh, and he's actually 48. So you were off by 10.
Hey, I was close. I was close.
And everybody knows who Jenny McCarthy is.
See, this is where I'm bad with ages. Because you don't want to go too high, but you don't want to go too low.
Yeah.
59.
No, you're over.
By how much?
No, 52.
Okay. I thought you were gonna say by 10 again.
No, just 6.
Okay.
And then we have Rick Allen, who is the one-armed drummer for Def Leppard.
52.
Oh, he'd like you for that. No, 61.
Okay.
We need James. Like I said, normally when James is here, you're close. Then we have WWE's own LA Knight, who I can't stand.
42.
Perfect. You nailed it.
I'm just guessing. I didn't see that it was his birthday. So.
But yeah, turns 42 today. And then Billy Gunn.
63.
You're close. 61.
Okay. I'm like, that's going back with what DS.
Yeah. I think he was one of the weaker members of DX, him or Road Dogg. Then, I mean, that's all I had that was noticeable for today. Then we have tomorrow, we have Sunny Sandler, who is actually Adam Sandler's daughter.
I was going to say Sandler. Ooh. See, I don't. 27? I don't know.
Ouch.
I don't know.
16.
Okay. See, this is what I mean. This is what I mean.
Then you've got to know this actor, David Schwimmer.
I've heard the name. Yes.
He was Ross on Friends.
Okay. $60. I don't know. See this.
You're close. You said 60.
Okay.
It's actually 57.
All right. I was gonna say in the 50s. I was gonna go 50. I should have went like that.
Okay. And then you've seen the movie Vegas Vacation, right? National Lampoon's Vegas Vacation. Okay. You have Audrey Griswold. Her real name is Marisol Nichols. And you're frozen,
50,
Chris.
59.
No.
No.
51.
Okay. At least I was in a ballpark.
Yeah. And then everybody's got to know him, rapper Nelly.
Yeah, I've heard of him. Don't remember much of his songs, but I've heard the name.
Country Grammar, Hot in Her, Air Force Ones.
62.
Ouch.
I don't know.
Chris.
I really don't know. Okay.
50. Now you gotta get these two guys because these two guys are in the NFL.
I hope so.
Jordan Love.
28,
Close.
27.
26.
Okay.
And then newly Raiders own Jimmy Garoppolo.
29.
Oh, he'd like you for that. No, 33.
Hey, did he really? Okay.
And then Michael Buffer, the ring announcer.
Yeah. Let's get ready to rumble.
Yep. Who Triple H got that from?
Yeah. I think his brother does UFC.
Yeah, I think so.
This was hard.
I'll give you a clue. Over 60.
That helps. 67.
No, nope. Although he'd like you for that.
Well, you said over 60.
Over 60, over 70.
Okay. 73.
No, 80.
Okay.
Then we have NXT's own Wesley, who's the one that lost the North American title to Dominic Mysterio, and
he's got to be like, we just got to be, but I'm going to say 27.
You're close. At least it wasn't like 80 or something. No, 30.
Okay. It's amazing how even though you're in NXT and you're the startup or whatever.
Yeah, they're trying to change that too.
Yeah.
Then we have Sharmell Sullivan Huffman, who is also known as Booker T's wife.
Okay. When you said Sharmell, I kind of remembered the name. 59.
No, ow. 54.
Okay.
And then the last one for birthdays that we have, like I said, I didn't find much that were really noticeable. The last one we have is Carter Buford, who is the drummer for the Dave Matthews Band.
47.
No, but he'd like you. No, 67 actually.
Only 20 off. All right.
Well, there you go.
Always a positive.
And so that's all the birthdays.
All right.
We do have a Where Are They Now? I did end up doing Home Improvement because I know a little more people have seen Home Improvement, so I figured I'd just go ahead and do that. So we have starting off Tim Allen, who went by Tim Taylor on there.
The Tool Man.
Yep, the Tool Man. He's been in other movies like The Santa Claus, Jungle to Jungle, Wild Hogs, which is one of my favorite movies. And he was in another sitcom called Last Man Standing, which I think that ended in 2021 or 22.
Probably.
But he's still acting to this day. And the interesting thing about this is the fact that he kept a Tool Time set.
Yeah.
So he probably has a room in his house or something that has the entire set of, the Tool set, Tool Time set from Home Improvement. So I thought that was kind of interesting. And then we have Patricia Richardson, who played Jill Taylor. She wasn't even the interesting part is she wasn't even supposed to be on the show. They actually had somebody else in line, named Frances Fisher, who I have no idea who that is, but they were supposed to have her on the show as Jill, but they decided it was better to have Patricia. So I thought that was interesting. And the only thing that I could find is she continues to act in TV and movies to this day. Zachary Ty Bryan, Brad Taylor. We kind of touched on it last week, but I had to do it a little more in depth with him. I mean, for example, he continued to act in TV and movies till about a few years ago, and then that's when his crimes have all started. Ever since, I don't think I remember if I don't think he's acted since, but he's definitely been in a lot of trouble. And like I said, I touched on it last week, but I got more in depth of his trouble that he got into. Felony for DUI, misdemeanor for alleged contempt of court, both in February of this year. I touched on it last week about his being arrested and charged with 4th degree felony assault. Or no. It was the DUI again, just a week ago. In July of 23, arrested and charged with 4th degree felony assault, 3rd degree robbery and harassment. Back in 2020, he was arrested allegedly for, strangling and assaulting, menacing, harassment, coercion, and interference with making a report when it came to his fiance. And then, in 2023, accused of running a fraud agriculture tech startup scheme. He got arrested for that. Got arrested in July of 23 for domestic assault, and robbery and harassment. And then 2023 also was ordered to have him pay $108,940.57 to an investor for being guilty of scamming money for a movie. So I mean, the list kept going on, and I didn't even go. I didn't even. Sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't even continue because that list is so long. I mean, I feel really bad for him, but he's an adult. He made the choices, and now he's pretty much got to live with them. And like I said, we touched on a little bit of it last week. So I hope he finds help. That's what I think. I think he needs help, and I hope he finds it. Because one of these times, especially if he drives under the influence, he could end up killing himself or somebody else if he, continues. So I hope he gets the help he needs, And then we have Jonathan Taylor Thomas, Randy Taylor, who I'm going to openly admit that I was jealous of. Good looking guy, had good looking hair. So I kind of was jealous of him, but
yeah,
he's pretty much staying out of the spotlight at this point. I mean, he went to college, got his degree in college, and he just kind of wanting to stay out of Hollywood, and which I commend him because I know for some people it's hard to do. They enjoy the spotlight, they enjoy the fame and the money and everything else, and it's hard for people to let it go. But Jonathan Taylor Thomas actually did it. He is a writer, a director, and enjoying free time, but he's trying to stay out of that spotlight. So and he's not getting into, all the bad stuff Hollywood's known for. And then we have comments by Brandon Herrera. What's up, Christopher Mabry? And then, Brandon, no, I'm not. Says Randy Cox is crushing on him. Yeah, no, I was not. Never have been. So, and then we have Taryn Noah Smith, who was Mark Taylor. He also was arrested in 2012 for DUI and drug possession. Ever since he actually, after he got arrested and everything else, he's cleared up his act. He's now involved in organic food production and has his own California-based restaurant and non-dairy cheese manufacturer that specialized in vegan and organic food. He helped volunteer in the Philippines in 2014 to help with disaster relief. He's a tech manager for the community submarines project, where he teaches people how to pilot submarines. And he's also helped and repaired and cleared buildings that were damaged by Hurricane Harvey back in, I think it was 2018, down in Corpus Christi. So
Okay.
he's definitely cleaned up his act. Then we have Richard Karn, who was Al Borland. Funny guy, funny. He's touring. Actually, I think I read he's touring right now on his own comedy shows. Has his own stand-up comedy going on, and of course,
Cool.
people who watch TV realize that up until I think 2021, 2022, he hosted Family Feud, and I guess
Richard Carr,
and then he's in production of a couple shows now, but he's still acting to this day. And then finally, we have Earl Hindman, who was, Wilson Jr. I completely forgot his first name was his last name. But anyway, he actually passed away in 2003 at 61. He had, which was 4 years after Home Improvement ended, and it was because of lung cancer diagnosis. So, I mean, that was sad that he passed away back then. Yeah. And my question, because I want to know, out of all those that people that I read, who did you like the most?
Probably Tim Allen. I know he's a leading person, but yeah.
Yeah, I liked Tim Allen or Al, because Al was funny. I like Richard Karn, so. All right, and then we're going on to Flashback Friday. So this basically this is what we're talking about with Flashback Friday, going back in time and reading some top 10 lists of what people saw as the top 10 greatest of certain topics. Anyway, we're going back to 1998. We've already done 96, 99. No, I don't know if we did 99, but I do know we did 96 and 97. I think we did 99, so we're at 98 now. And let's see. And starting off with this, now I want you, Chris, to tell me if you agree with this list, if you would have changed a few things. But top 10 actors of 1999, and this could be found on thenumbers.com. Number 10, Samuel L. Jackson. Number 9, Adam Sandler. Number 8, Jim Carrey. Number 7, Mel Gibson. Number 6, Matt Damon. Number 5, George Clooney. Number 4, Bruce Willis. Number 3, Nicolas Cage. Number 2, John Travolta. And number 1, Robin Williams.
I'm surprised Travolta's not 1 or 2.
No, Travolta's number 2.
Oh, you went backwards?
Yeah, I went from 10 to 1.
Okay. I'll agree with it.
And it's funny because when I did this list, I had to look back in 97 because of the fact that they had a few that were on the list for 97 and 98, like Robin Williams. And Robin Williams was number 1 in both of them. So I'm just like, wait a minute, is this list legit? Is this a repeat or what's going on? But I mean, deservedly so, Robin Williams being number 1. So
yeah, I'm surprised Samuel L. Jackson, but maybe that was in his earlier career. But
yeah, and that's what I was thinking too. Was Samuel L. Jackson was number 10, and so I'm thinking maybe. But and then we have the top 10 actresses, also from thenumbers.com. We have number 10, Demi Moore. Number 9, Gwyneth Paltrow. Number 8, I don't have any idea who this person is. I've looked him up, and I still don't know who it is. But Kristen Scott Thomas.
Never heard of him.
Me neither. Number 7, Glenn Close. Number 6, Renee Russo. Number 5, Jennifer Lopez. Number 4, Neve Campbell. Number 3, Julia Roberts. Number 2, Sandra Bullock. And number 1, Meg Ryan.
Okay.
Yeah, I definitely wouldn't put Meg Ryan as 1.
No, I wouldn't either.
I'd probably put Julia Roberts as 1 and maybe, Meg Ryan at 3 or something. But thenumbers.com thought different. I mean, would you have put Meg Ryan as 1 or?
I don't know who would be at number 1, but I'd probably put her at 1.
Yeah. Yeah, because, I mean, I would put Kristen Scott Thomas off this list because I don't even know who it is. So, all right. And then going on to top 10 songs, and this is from Wikipedia. Number 10, I Don't Want to Wait by Paula Cole. Number 9, Nice and Slow by Usher. Number 8, Candle in the Wind and Something About the Way You Look Tonight by Elton John. Number 7, All My Life by Casey and JoJo. Number 6, Together Again by Janet Jackson. Number 5, How Do I Live by LeAnn Rimes. Number 4, Truly Madly Deeply by Savage Garden. Number 3, You're Still the One by Shania Twain. Number 2, The Boy Is Mine by Brandy and Monica. And number 1, Too Close by Next. Have you heard some of those songs?
What were they again?
Number 10, I Don't Want to Wait by Paula Cole. Number 9, Nice and Slow by Usher. Number 8, Candle in the Wind and Something About the Way You Look Tonight by Elton John. Number 7, All of My Life by Casey and JoJo. Number 6, Together Again by Janet Jackson. Number 5, How Do I Live by LeAnn Rimes. Number 4, Truly Madly Deeply by Savage Garden. Number 3, You're Still the One by Shania Twain. Number 2, The Boy Is Mine by Brandy and Monica. And number 1, Too Close by Next.
I don't think I have. Maybe Elton John's, but the rest I don't think I have.
You don't think you've
I could be wrong on that.
No, and it's probably one of those things where you got to hear the song to know if you know it.
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes I have that issue too. It's like, the song, not really, and then I start hearing it. I'm like, oh yeah, maybe I do. I just didn't know the name or the singer.
Right.
And then we have top 10 singers, and this comes from rockonthenet.com. Shania Twain, number 10. Number 9, Goo Goo Dolls. Number 8, Celine Dion. Number 7, Usher. Number 6, Alanis Morissette. Number 5, Backstreet Boys. Number 4, Matchbox 20. Number 3, Will Smith. Number 2, Madonna. And number 1, Janet Jackson. So,
Yeah.
I mean,
Okay.
do you know all of them or a few of them?
I know a majority of them, yeah.
And then the last top 10 list for 1998 is top 10 movies. And this is on IMDb. Number 10, Fear and Loathing in Las Vegas. Number 9, Pi, P-I. Number 8 is Happiness. Number 7, Out of Sight. Number 6, The Big Lebowski. Number 5, Pleasantville. Number 4, A Simple Plan. Number 3, The Thin Red Line. Number 2, Saving Private Ryan. And the number 1 I really disagree with, but it's The Truman Show.
Yeah, I mean, I like The Truman Show, but I think that one you have to put somewhere other than where it's at. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you look at number 2, Saving Private Ryan. That should have actually been number 1, if anything. Because The Truman Show is kind of slow, and it's pretty bad when me and a cousin of mine went to the theaters to watch The Truman Show, and me and her were the only two in that entire movie. Nobody else showed up in that theater, so we kind of ran around a little bit and throwing popcorn at empty seats, and so yeah, it's pretty bad. So for them to say that that's number 1, I'm shocked.
Me too.
All right.
Definitely.
Huh?
Definitely shocked.
Yeah. All right, and then moving on to our next, our top 10 list of actor, actress, and singer or band. First one would be Jodie Foster. And you got your list there, Chris?
I do. Number 10, the little girl who lives down the lane. 9, Fight Plan. 8, Nell. 7, The Brave One. 6 is Maverick. 5 is Panic Room. 4 is Accused. 3 is Contact. 2 is Taxi Driver. And 1 is The Silence of the Lambs.
It's funny. You and I have the same number 1. But I've only seen 5 Jodie Foster movies. And again, and the same with, the next topic too. I haven't seen 10. I thought I had, but my list is number 5 is The Flight Plan. Number 4 is Nell. Number 3 is Panic Room. Number 2 is Maverick. And like I said, I have the same number 1 as you, Silence of the Lambs. So, and then Jack Nicholson. Now, here's an interesting thing, and I had no idea until I actually looked it up before we go on with this list. I think I may have mentioned it in the past on here or something, but I completely forgot until I looked it up. Jack Nicholson has not been in a movie since, or even on TV at all, since 2010. So I'm assuming he's retired. And like I said, I think I think I mentioned it before on a show or something, but yeah, he has not been. I even looked it up because I didn't believe it. And
I'm doing the same thing. I'm like, whoa, hey, whoa.
So, but yeah, 2010 is the last time he's been on a show. Anyway, I have mine again. I don't have a full 10, but I have 7. So, number 7, Something's Got to Give. Number 6, As Good as It Gets. Number 5, A Few Good Men. You can't handle the truth. Oh.
Okay.
Number 4, Batman. Number 3,
Batman.
The Shining. Number 2, One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. And of course, number 1, Anger Management. It had to be number 1. Adam Sandler, Jack Nicholson. I had to do it.
Yeah, and I was just looking at the I mean, how much do you believe of Wikipedia? But he hasn't been. His last film was 2010,
Mm-hmm.
and his
I was actually looking at IMDb that said it.
Okay.
If you look at IMDb under Jack Nicholson and then see where it says the movies movies and TV shows he was in, the last one will actually be 2010.
Yeah, that's what I got too. Who knew? So the list I have for his movies, we're gonna go 10 through 1 again. Well, okay, 9.
9.
5 Easy Pieces. 8 Batman. The Departed at number 7. 6 is Terms of Endearment. 5 is A Few Good Men. 4 is As Good as It Gets. 3 is Chinatown. 2 is The Shining. And 1 is One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest.
Oh, you put that as one?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was a strange movie. I swear. But anyway, yeah, that's a good list too. I mean, I really like Jack Nicholson, so really good movie or good actor. And I think he did I mean, you have others that do Jokers and Jared Leto, however you pronounce his last name, and and Heath Ledger. But I think Jack Nicholson did a good Joker too. So, anyway, and then the last topic we are on is if my computer stops messing up here. the last topic we're on is about All American Rejects. And go ahead and start with your list, Chris.
I got 10, but I think I probably heard 1 or 2 of them. Beekeeper's Daughter, number 10. 9 is Top of the World. Stab My Back is number 8. 7 is My Paper Heart. 6 is I Wanna. 5 is It Ends Tonight. 4 is Swing Swing. 3 is Dirty Little Secrets. I believe I know that one. 2 is Move Along. And 1 is Give You Hell. I do know that one.
Yeah, that's a song. I like it. And the ones that I wrote down, I know. That I've heard. 10 Gives You Hell. 9 swing. Or maybe I didn't write 10. Anyway, 5.
It's okay.
But anyway,
So you named
yeah.
2 of them.
So that's 5 and 4. 3 is Move Along. 2, It Ends Tonight, and 1 is Dirty Little Secret. So, I mean, obviously, it ended up being just like the movies where I thought I knew more, but I guess I need to learn more than that because that's all I have. So, yeah, and I mean that's pretty much all I have for tonight. I think. Do you have anything, Chris?
I do not. No.
I mean, yeah, I mean we last about 50 minutes, so I think, and we kind of started late anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, I'm hoping that there'll be at least more celebrity news for next week. Hopefully, no celebrity
Yeah.
dies. I haven't even seen anybody die lately, so that's a good thing.
That did sound the way you said that.
Yeah,
I don't think anybody died this week.
but I mean that's a good thing because we did lose
That
some
is a good
really
thing.
good. We did lose some really good celebrities a couple weeks ago. So I mean, I think right now it's good that we haven't lost any more. So, but anyway, all right. Well, I think we're gonna go ahead and just close this out then a little early. But hey, what you gonna do? This is live.
Right.
So, all right, Chris, do you have anything to
We are
mention?
live.
We are live. Do you have anything that you want to mention before we get off here?
Yeah, thanks everyone for watching, tuning in. We'll be back next week for another edition of Entertainment Hour. Hopefully James is back and I can figure out how old people are because that was horrible tonight. If you're a wrestling fan, if you're a wrestling fan, tomorrow is Crown Jewel. Tomorrow morning, afternoon, and then we'll be here for Between the Ropes on Sunday. So
I'm glad you mentioned that because I completely forgot that was tomorrow. So I know I'll be watching at work.
Yeah.
Anyway, yeah, thank you everybody for watching. We got Brandon commenting, and again, for those that didn't catch it, Chris did end up putting a link on here if you want to see Howl, or if you want to see the music videos that are turning 30 next year. So, and I believe that's it. We will see you next week, and I hope everybody has a good night and a good weekend. All right, let's take us out, Chris.